What's up, my name's Technoba here for Troubleshoot and welcome back to another video. In this video, I'll be showing you how to do something rather interesting, though do note that because it's not necessarily officially supported, issues can arise from it and you probably won't be able to get support from it. What am I talking about? Well, the developer preview and early versions of Windows 11 are out and available for download and use. However, as you probably know, if you're trying to update, you'll usually get an error message saying something about your computer isn't supported. Why is that? Well, most of the time it's the TPM 2.0 requirements. As far as I hear, most laptops should have this on by default, though desktops might not and some of the motherboards may not even support it outright. Basically, it's a specific chip in your hardware used for extra security. If it's off by default, which it probably is, all you have to do is reboot your PC into your BIOS and enable TPM for your system, though it may be named something else, so you'll need to look up a specific guide for your current setup. But that's outside of the scope of this video. I'll be showing you a brand new method that you can use to download and install Windows 11 on a computer that's not necessarily supported. What does that mean? Well, one that doesn't necessarily support TPM 2.0 or have a supported CPU. You can still download it, install it, and use it. Though note that if you do have bug reports and things like that to submit to Microsoft, it may not necessarily take them as your computer isn't technically supported. Anyways, with all of that aside, let's go ahead and start it. All that we have to do to update to Windows 11 from Windows 10 is open up our settings screen, then head into Update and Security, head to the Windows Insider program, wait for it to load, and then click the Get Started button when it eventually shows up. If you see something like this, you'll need to turn on optional diagnostic data by clicking it and then clicking Optional here. Clicking the back button on my mouse or keyboard, we get back to here, I'll click Get Started, and we should be asked to sign in, which is what I'll go ahead and do now. And there we go. Now we see this over here. Now, as far as my previous video on installing Windows 11 went, the only way to get it is this button up here. But now I'm pretty sure there's a beta channel version available that after selecting you'll be able to download the beta version of Windows 11. Something you'll notice about the screen is that you probably don't have three options here. If you only see Release Preview Channel, which is the latest insider preview version of Windows 10 and not Windows 11, then you probably don't have a supported device. The Dev Channel and Beta Channel only show on supported devices, and you're not able to select them, such as here, which is a screenshot from my desktop computer that definitely doesn't support Windows 11. I haven't enabled TPM in the BIOS just yet. This guide is for people who only have the Release Preview Channel and not any of the Windows 11 options. So do keep that in mind. If you're struggling to actually install the update, then there could be a different issue afoot. This is only really targeted at fixing this, and it may fix other problems that you could be having, though that's just the effect of the steps it will be taking. Anyway, to begin, all you need to do is select the Release Preview Channel, click Confirm, confirm once again, and you'll probably be asked to reboot your computer. Now that your computer's successfully restarted, how exactly do we get it to download the beta version of Windows 11 instead of the latest cutting-edge versions of Windows 10 if they're even still making them? Well, all we have to do is open up a registry editor and do some interesting stuff. Hit Start, type in regedit, and open up Registry Editor. Then click Yes when prompted for admin, and you'll see this window over here pop up. I'll go ahead and collapse it back to the default state. Yours should look something like this. What we need to do from here is navigate on the left-hand side into HKey Local Machine. I'll click the expand icon next to it, then Software. And though that you can get lost right about here, the window does get a little bit bigger. Just make sure you're still under the correct folder. So HKey Local Machine, Software, and we'll scroll all the way down to Microsoft. After expanding Microsoft, we'll scroll down to Windows Self-Host, which is right over here. We'll expand this as well. We'll expand UI and then Selection. We'll click on Selection here as there's no expand icon next to it. Then on the right-hand side, you'll see UI Branch. All that we have to do here is double-click this and then change it to DEV with a capital D and then click OK. I simply double-clicked on UI Branch, and inside of this window here, typed in DEV, capital D, as such. Then we'll double-click on UI Content Type as well, and make sure that its value is set to Mainline, one word, capital M-A-I-N-L-I-N-E, Mainline. We'll hit OK, and then we'll double-click on UI Ring. Inside of here, make sure it's set to External with a capital E, capital E-X-T-E-R-N-A-L, and then click OK. Now we'll look back at the Windows Self-Host folder on the left-hand side, and we'll look for applicability. Then we'll click on that. Inside of here, we'll double click on branch name and we'll change it from release preview to DEV with a capital D once again. Click OK, and then it should be set. From here, we'll then double click on content type and we'll change this to mainline once again, capital M, and we'll look for ring and we'll change it to external with a capital E once again. After this, click OK, close out of registry editor, and then reboot your computer. Now that the computer's rebooted once again, let's open up settings for a third time, head across to update and security, and this time you should see something interesting. Even though my computer doesn't technically support it, you should see upon clicking check for updates that the Windows 11 beta version should now appear. As such, Windows 11 Insider Preview 10.0.22.000.51 code release. This is the latest Windows 11 Insider build. Now, as far as I understand, if you have a computer that isn't necessarily supported, this button over here won't be available for you, or at least you won't be able to choose a dev channel or beta channel. But anyways, that's about it for this video. Thank you for watching. My name's been taken over here for Troubleshoot, and I'll see you all next time. Ciao!